Okay. Very quickly, I'm going to be showing you today what you need to know about preparing your design for print. Okay. What software are you using? Just let me know in the comment box below. Like for me, I'm using CorelDRAW. I can use Illustrator. I use InDesign. Basically, any software, no matter the software you use for your print work, it's important that you understand some of the things, some of the basic things that you need to know when preparing your design for print. One of the things you need to know is, first of all, the size. It's important that you know the size of the work that you are printing, because the truth is that if you don't know the size of the work, how will you be able to tell? So you need to study and understand, are you printing on A1, are you printing on A0, are you printing on A2, are you printing on A3, are you printing on A4, A5, they all have sizes. Or maybe you are printing on a custom size. It's important that you know the size that you are printing on. Number two is the document size. It's important also because most of the time, especially newbie graphic designers, they tend to do some irrelevant or some unnecessary effect in your design that makes it have a very huge size. It's important that you don't have you try as much as possible to minimize your document size so that you'll be able to transfer it. Maybe you want to send it online, sending a document of 1 gig, whereas it's not supposed to be worth it. You are wasting your data. There are ways you can minimize your document size, and how you can do that is in your design. Most of the time you have big sizes of images that you could actually resize, even losing resolution. You need to understand these gimmicks and tricks. 3 is the image resolution. Another thing you need to know is your image resolution. I talked about size in the last point, but it's important that you check your images very well, that their resolution are very, very okay before you save your work for printing. Cross check them. Probably you zoom in. One of the way you can find out if your image is good is when you zoom into the image. You'll be able to see the details in your work, so you'll be able to know whether this image is good or not good enough. Like for example, you see what I have here. This is a 10 dpi image. You can see it's already pixelating. Look at the 772, it's already pixelating. When you have a 300 dpi, possibly you will have issues with when your image is a 300 dpi image. Most of the time, some persons will want to convert a 10 dpi image into a 300 dpi image. It's already pixelated. Even if you convert it using your software, for example, you can do that in CorelDRAW. You can even convert it, but it will still be pixelated. So make sure that you get the original source file. Request for your client or your customers, request for the source file of those images so that you won't have issues. Then the next thing you need to know again is your color mode. Your color mode is very, very important. You don't want to go printing if you don't understand your color mode. You might get into trouble when delivering your print to your customer. So it's important that you need to understand the difference between what is RGB and what is CMYK. RGB stands for arrow, which is red, the G, which is green, and the blue, which is and B, which is blue. If you just need to study a little bit about that. I believe if you're watching this video, you must have an interest in studying graphic design, and it's your duty to go and do all the research, learn between these two very colors, and know how to implement it in your design. So the 5 formats that are very good for CMYK, they are the PDF. When you are saving your work for print, a PDF file, it's important that you save it in CMYK so that it will be easy to what do they call, separate. Also AI file, the EPS file also. If you are using CorelDRAW, CDRO, and all that, make sure that your colors are checked in this right color format. We're talking about the CMYK. I'm just bringing this for you to see the difference between this RGB and the CMYK. You can see it on your screen. The RGB is not the best option for print, although some persons use it, but I won't advise you to use JPEG for print. I mean, also PNG also comes out well. We have so these other color formats that you can see here, they are not they are not the best for print, but you can see what they mean here, and you can know what to do with them. So my last point, I talked about the file format. Now the color mode. Here we're going to be talking about, you see, the color mode and file format, they have very close relationship, because it's the color format that is the color mode that will give you the proper result for each file format that you are trying to achieve. For example, you are trying to achieve a work for print. I'm talking about print. This is basically for print, how to prepare your design for print, and we're going to be focusing on only the print file. That is why I brought this color. That's what I'm talking about, the color, the file format, so that you will know the right color, the color mode that you should use. One thing that I said you should always remember is that do your research very well. Find out the file that you want to use for your print, the kind of file that you want to use, the file format that you want to use, and know the right color mode to use for your print. Thank you.